Hi guys, it's Mike here from KS Bushcraft Down Under. I had a viewer request wanting some advice on what size of Swiss Army knife to buy. And I thought, wow, what a question. There is so much to choose from. Okay. For me it was much different. I got my first Swiss Army knife in the 1980s, and the local store I had carried about 3 different models. And the one I chose in the end was a Victorinox Climber in 91mm. That's this actual knife. And it did me proud. For a lot of adventure travel through Europe, across the globe, this knife, in the end I got this little traveller kit to go with it. So that was a good move for me, but I realised that when I got down to my climbing days, and a food prep was involved, I needed a bigger format. So I got an 111mm Picnicker. This is an adventurer, but the same type of thing. My original one was a side lock, and I had no issue with it, but they were a bit fragile. Then I started modifying them many years later, and it sort of exploded from there. So I'll go through the sizes. Only you know what you want to do with it, or what you may want to do with it. So the big boys of their range, 111mm. Now, looking at the tool set from a soldier, this is a one-handed. It's got a wavy edge blade. When I first got it, I thought, oh, I would hate this. But in actual fact, not so bad. It does require a fair skill set to sharpen this. It requires a diamond file, and it's got a chisel grind on it. Okay. But basically, it's just a much bigger version of the 1960s Alox Soldier. So 3mm pins, 2.5s on the back springs and back tools. A really robust tool. Now, the legalities of where you are will be all different to what I am. So in some parts of the UK you probably can't carry one of these. Okay. Now with the Swiss Army knife you may get a little bit of leeway. So if the one-handed opening is important to you, and obviously it is, you'll probably get less drama with one of these. So this is an adventurer. It's got the same lock. Now a lot of people whinge on about the movement in the lock. Okay, Victorinox polishes these blades and all the component parts. So if you look at that, the edges in there, they are slightly rounded, but the lock is really reliable. And this is quite slim. So if you get ones with a larger tool set, it's not very pocket friendly. Okay. Now this is a soldier from 1992. It's got your standard sort of tool set, and it's really everything that you need and nothing that you don't. Okay. Ream, cap lifter, flat bladed screwdriver, can opener. Now for adventure travel, I know the world's changed from my day. Most cheap foods don't have pop-top cans. So if you're traveling on a budget, so back in the early 80s when I was traveling the globe, an Australian dollar was buying about 34 pence UK, so my money didn't go anywhere. So tin food and all that featured quite a lot of my itinerary. So this one here, 3mm bit of pins on the pivots, 2.5. So the same pins in that as the 111. Plus this has got big slabs of aluminium. So if you're looking for a lifelong friend, a brutally strong tool, one of these Aloxes. So the Soldier's been discontinued, it was replaced by this one. But if you look that side by side, same tools, stronger sides, you're never really going to destroy this tool. Not intentionally anyway. And brilliant tool, but of course it's not going to handle big loaves of bread. Then you get down to the 91s. So 2.5mm on the pivots, so significantly smaller pins, and 2.2 on the back tools. So this is a 2-layer knife. It fits in your pocket great. It's great for EDCing. So this has a cap lifter, can opener, multi-tool, and a pair of scissors. Now scissors is great. So I spent many years modifying the 93s to take scissors. Now they're available with scissors. So that there is your classic Swiss Army knife. Whatever tools that you think are appropriate, but less is more. I have a Champ, and apart from living in the glove box of the car, it's seen very little use. Okay, this came with this SOS kit. Lives in the car. It's sort of a mini toolbox. Then we go down to the 80 So this is a modified Cadet. This is one I've been messing around with. So you're getting significantly less blade than the others. It's a great EDC tool. So this is, I'd call this a Cadet Plus, because it's got 2 blades rather than the regular one. Plus I banged in a wood saw. So if you're thinking of outdoorsy stuff, bushcrafty type stuff, having a wood saw, great advantage. You can really handle some tools. And super compact. And then we'll get down to the keyring models. So I think this is a Rambler. 58mm. It's a keychain tool. Tiny pin blade. So I mean, you really are getting a keyring size tool. And usually has a cap lift, little Phillips screwdriver. I actually use one of these in my EDC rotation with this. So this one here is a Midnight Manager. It's a bit thicker than the rest. So it's got a little LED light on one side and a biro on the other. I keep it attached to this lanyard where I have a compass, fire steel and a house key, strangely enough. And it really does step up your EDC carry. So if you're going into the office and you just want to open a box, no one will blink an eye if you pull that out. Probably even the Cadet. Probably even that. Anything above that, then maybe start looking at you strangely in the office. So, hope that gives you guys a bit of a size comparison. Only get the tool set that you really think you need. The bigger and bulkier it is, it'll end up living in the glove box. Anyway guys, I hope that helps someone out. If this content helps you out, helps you make good decisions, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I shall see you next time. Now look, now let's go into the shops. We're going to the park. They will have Cuddly Woodly. It's like Cuddly Woodly. Come on then. Come on. Come with the dada. We're going to the park. Well, doesn't love his daddy, does he? No, he doesn't. No, I'm second fiddle around here.